Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm just reviewing Power Rangers on 4K. This is a Blu-ray I recently picked up after seeing it, I think I saw originally on Netflix or some streaming service, and I really liked it. I personally think this is an enjoyable film. We'll start with a review of the film itself. I think this film is enjoyable. Yes, it has product placement, which I'm sure you've heard about if you've not seen the film before. Yes, it's got yes, it can be quite cheesy. And maybe for some younger audiences, if they're waiting to see the Power Rangers appear, like from the beginning, they're not going to get it to the very, towards the end of the film. So when you first, like I always say when I see a film, I always prefer it the second time around because your expectations aren't there to destroy your honest opinion or honest view of the film. So for me, this film is very enjoyable. It reminds me of watching it as a kid, and it takes a lot of the cues and nods from Power Rangers as the TV show when it was back on the 90s, which is when I was growing up, and things like the how back in the day you'd have the two like sort of adults basically dressed up in in their outfits, and they're fighting through a model village effectively, or they'd always be on a big flat surface with a big evergreen tree background, and you get that in this. So you get the cool nods and the sort of the flashbacks to the old school Power Rangers of the TV series that we used to know and love. But yeah, the film wise, it's got loads of character. The film is very much focused on the characters and their stories and their backstories and who they are and the teamwork and friendships. It's very much in that sense, this film. There's hardly any action, but I actually prefer the film when there's no action going on, the action. There's not to say that the set pieces aren't enjoyable towards the end of the film. They are enjoyable, but I think they're just lacking what you get when you're looking at the character side of things. I'll just hold it down there so you guys can see anything you're want to see on there about special features and stuff. But yeah, this comes with the 4K disc and the Blu-ray. So as you can see there, but before I finish about my film review, this film, what else has it got? It's got fantastic CGI. It's got a brilliant soundtrack or a score. I think it's Brian Tyler, I think. Don't quote me on that. I think it's Brian Tyler who does the soundtrack for this film. Really good synth, kind of old school but modernized soundtrack. Really pushes the film along. The performances from the actors is brilliant, especially I think it's I can't remember his name, but the guy who plays Billy or Blue Ranger in it is fantastic, a real scene stealer. And obviously you got Billy from Stranger Things. I've forgotten his name, it's annoying me now. Something Daiquiri, isn't it? But yeah, you've got, I can't think his name now. Is it going to say on there? His name is, it's not going to tell me, is it? Yeah, there we go. Daiquiri Montgomery, that's it. He's fantastic in it. Naomi Scott, I believe she plays Jasmine in Aladdin. So there's quite a few people in here. And even the features the voice of Bill Hader and Bryan Cranston. So you got Elizabeth Banks as the villain, Rita Repulsa. Very good film, really enjoyable, and I do recommend watching it. I recommend. I'd give it 3 out of 5 as a film. Picture wise, fantastic picture on 4K, really demo worthy, really really good, really demo worthy, really clear, very digital, no picture noise from what I could see. Very colourful when the colours come through. Great use of HDR and the contrast. I watched it with the HDR on. Really, really very good. Lots of detail, even in the dark areas. The Dolby Atmos soundtrack. I'm only listening to it through a Dolby Atmos enabled TV, so not actual Dolby Atmos sound system. But even from the TV, the sound was really spaced out. You heard it from the left, from the right. You even heard it from above a little bit from time to time, or above the TV at least. I found the Dolby Atmos soundtrack disc was really very good. Very enjoyable. It does give you that sort of surround sound feel quite often throughout the film actually. So yeah, all in all, I recommend this film. I give the film a 3. I personally would give it a 3.5 out of 5. Just because it's very enjoyable with the performances and the character moments. I'd give the picture quality. There's nothing wrong with it. I'd give it 5 out of 5. There's nothing wrong with it. That's not to say it's the most brilliant picture you've ever seen in your entire life, but for what it's worth, there's nothing wrong with it. I'd give it 5 out of 5. Dolby Atmos, I won't really rate that because I haven't got a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, but I would just tell you it's very, very good. So yeah, that's my overall sort of review of Power Rangers in 4K. Hope you enjoyed it.